back to the 8th concession. My name is Natalie. Well, today's an exciting day for any gardener, and that is seed haul day. Now, I don't have, I would say, like a big haul this year, but that's done on purpose because my aim here is to be a frugal gardener. So I'm trying to save a lot of my own seeds and, you know, propagate the plants that do best on my property. So I don't, order in hordes and hordes of seeds because that kind of defeats the purpose. But every year I do try a few new varieties of both vegetables and flowers. And that's because I'm still searching for some solutions to the specific problems I have here on the 8th concession. And that is the wetness. We live in a very high water table area. And last year when we had such a cold and rainy summer, I struggled a lot with fungal diseases in the garden, and that is a thing I have to deal with here. But on warmer, drier summers like the summer before, it wasn't such a big deal. However, I'm still looking for really good blight-resistant tomatoes. Now, I know you can get hybrid tomatoes that are bred specifically to be blight-resistant, but I'm kind of looking for varieties where I can save the seeds myself. And that means open pollinated or heirloom varieties that have good blight resistance. So I was very happy. If you saw my video at the end of last year when I harvested my tomatoes, and the Matt's wild cherry tomato that I planted, while I didn't like its spreading habit, it kind of went everywhere. It was indeterminate. It really needed a trellis. The thing about it was, when I went to harvest it, it had no blight at all, and my tomatoes really suffered from blight last year. In fact, for the first time, I actually lost tomatoes rather than just the plants and could still harvest the tomatoes. The Peron sprayless variety that I was so excited about and that had seemed to do well against blight the previous years compared to the other varieties I was growing kind of let me down. So I was on the hunt for new variety. I'm also looking for new varieties of flowers to grow around the property, especially the heirloom ones. So I'm excited to open my packages with you today. I kind of forget everything that I ordered, which is typical, but let's go. So the first package I'm going to open is this one here. Now there's not much in here. If I recall, I ordered from this company. They're called Saturday Seed Company, and they're just in Guelph, Ontario. And I ordered from them because I wanted a specific variety that was available in other places, but was mostly sold out. So let's see how we did here. Right, so just two varieties. Cute packaging. I've never ordered from this company before, but this was the one that I particularly wanted. This is lunchbox peppers. Now, they are bell peppers. They're sweet peppers, which we really like, but they only grow like really small, so they're almost like a good snacking pepper. And I thought that would be great for even my daughter to grow. She wants to start a garden this year. And just for ease of picking and not having to cut up a great big pepper all the time, but just having a little snack-sized bell pepper. Now, this is a mix. I believe they come in red, yellow, and orange. And I think you can buy them individually from other seed companies. But this is a mix, so I'm looking forward to that. Medium-sized peppers, remarkably sweet and flavorful. So that was the reason I ordered from this company. Now, I also ordered, what were these? Oh, bachelor buttons. Now, but these are red bachelor buttons. And I just thought that was so neat an idea because I like the blue bachelor buttons, but I wanted to try the red for a real pop of color here on the 8th concession. So that's going to be fun to try. These are deep red, cheery and bright, and annual. So I'll have to sow these each year. I have to find a good spot for them. Oh, and this also says these are all organic open pollinated non-GMO seeds. So that's nice to know from this company. I'll be looking for more seeds from them next year. So now I'm going to open my order from Heritage Harvest Seeds. I have ordered from this company before. I like their products, and again, these are all open pollinated heirloom varieties. Let's see if I can remember what I ordered. All right, what have we got? So the first one I wanted to try this year is called Webb's Wonderful Lettuce. Now, as those of you who've been following me for a while know, I grow buttercrunch lettuce here, and I'm so thrilled with it. It overwinters here in Zone 5B. It will start sprouting in the fall, and there'll be snow, there'll be ice with no protection. They will stay fine, and come the spring, they just start growing again. It gives me a really good jump on the season. So I love the buttercrunch lettuce, and I'm going to continue growing that, but I thought I would like to try a head lettuce. That's what we usually buy at the store when we don't have lettuce here. And I thought I'd see how we do with that sort of lettuce. So I wanted to try that. Webb's Wonderful Lettuce. And here is the other variety that I'm very excited to try. And this is Silvery Fir Tomato. Now, if I remember from when I ordered this, it's a slicing tomato. This is what I'm going to try instead of the Peron sprayless, although I may plant a few of them. This, I think, is originally from Russia, from Asia. It'll be cold hardy. And what's unusual is it has it's called silvery fir because it has leaves that look a lot like, let's say, carrots, very cut, very thin, feathery even. And that's really going to be unusual to look at, but the tomatoes themselves are supposed to be naturally blight resistant. And as you know, that's what I'm looking for in my tomatoes. So I'm going to give this one a try. It's going to be fun because it'll look so different, and I hope blight resistant. We'll give this a try. So now I think that is actually all the, oh no, I forgot this one. I was gonna say that was all the vegetable seeds that I bought, but I forgot this one. I'm getting Minnesota Midget Melon. So we don't eat a whole lot of melons here, and this is Ontario Zone 5B. We don't always have long summers. However, this is a small melon, and it is supposed to mature in enough time that if I have a decent warm summer, I should be able to grow them. And it would be nice to have some fresh melon just to, you know, add to our fruit intake in the summer. So I thought they would be fun to try. And now on to some of the flower seeds that I'm going to grow. So this one, Mexican sunflower. This is just gorgeous. The brilliant orange color. I think it's less like the sunflowers we see, and it looks more like a daisy, I think, like a huge orange daisy, but I think the color will just be wonderful if it is as deep colored as the picture. So I'm excited to try that one. Old-fashioned vining petunia. Now this is one, I like petunias anyway, and I like buying them at the garden center, and I probably still will get a few varieties there. But I like this one because it is heirloom, it's old-fashioned, it's been around for a long time, and it has colors ranging from white to purple to lavender. And it's supposed to be, you know, like a vining, so like it would be great going over a wall or in a hanging basket. So I'm really looking forward to a type of petunia that I could save the seeds from and have year after year. So that should be fun. Red peony poppy. Now, I'm not a huge poppy fan. I've never really liked them. I don't like the way they have like the pod, the blossom. It just looks like an alien to me, and they spread so easily. But I was bowled over with this one because it's called red peony poppy because it does actually look like a peony, and I love peonies. This one is a deep red, which I think will be beautiful. So I'm gonna see if I like it. I couldn't resist because it is more like a peony than a poppy. So we'll see how that grows. Brilliant phlox. Now I have some phlox out in my front garden. I have a purple one I brought from my old house. It's a creeping phlox, so it's going over the wall. And then I bought another one that I thought was pink because I wanted a different color, but when it did finally bloom last year, it was kind of also a similar color, which was disappointing. But anyway, that was also a creeping phlox. I don't believe this is a creeping phlox necessarily, but it is a beautiful phlox. It's pink with sort of a deep pink throat, and I think that'll be a nice contrast. I'll put it nearby, but in a different part of the garden. It is an annual. No, this is a perennial. So I'll have to be careful where I plant it because that's where it's going to stay. But I think the color will be gorgeous. And it blooms all summer long, which is what I like about this one. Cape Daisy. This one reminds me of a plant that I buy at the garden center, and I forget the actual name of it. This is native to South Africa and, you know, from the Cape Town. But, and the ones I buy at the garden centers, I forget the actual name of them. They don't always have tags, but I like them because they always open in full sun and then close up overnight. But they were somewhat frost hardy until I got like a really hard frost. The ones I used to buy could tolerate a light frost, which was nice to still have some color after it started to get cool in the fall. I don't know how frost hardy this one will be, but I loved the colors. So I think this one ranges from oranges and yellows to even a white. So we'll see what we get with this one. And my free seed from this company, it is always fun to get a little free packet. Sometimes it's a vegetable. And I find new varieties. This is a flower. It is red Russian tobacco, so Nicotiana. Now I've planted Nicotiana before a long time ago in a different house, and I liked them, so I might give this a try. I'm gonna run and read up on this, so I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently it's quite rare to be in this color, this deep red, and apparently the plant is a little smaller. Nicotiana can get quite tall, so you have to kind of plant it at the back of a border or something like that, or against a wall so that you don't hide the plants in front. But this one apparently is smaller, so that's kind of interesting. I'll give it a try. I do like a pop of red. I'll find a spot for this in my garden. Now the last seeds I have, I didn't actually order. They were a gift from my daughter-in-law because she lives in town and I live in the country. I have more room to grow certain things, and those things are typically pumpkins. We do a family pumpkin carving contest every year, and she really likes the giant ones. She was the one who gave me the blue pumpkin seeds last year, but we were both a little disappointed with the blue pumpkins. The pumpkins themselves did not get large, but the plant really took over the garden. So we're going back to some orange pumpkins this year. We should try white pumpkins. I don't know why we didn't think of that. But she has two different kinds of pumpkins here. Early Giant is one we've grown before and we've had good luck with it. And because we are very wet here on the 8th concession, pumpkins do really well because they do need a lot of water, and I don't have to water them much, especially if I plant them in the ground and not in the raised beds. But we are going to go with Early Giant. Now this is a hybrid, so I have saved pumpkin seeds from our pumpkins because I don't mind if they cross-pollinate. I still get a nice big orange pumpkin. So I have saved some seeds, but it is nice to plant these. These get quite large. And then that is the Early Giant. And then she also got this one, Polar Bear. And I believe this is the one. Oh, I have to look this up. Hang on. That's funny. I should have realized when I read the name Polar Bear, this is a white pumpkin. So we must have discussed this. So we will be growing white pumpkins this year as well as large orange pumpkins. Oh, that will be fun. I hope they do really well because I think a white pumpkin is fun. And if I've seen them at the stores, which I'm pretty sure I have, they get to be a decent size. So white pumpkins and Early Giant orange pumpkins. So those are the new seeds that I am growing for this year. I'm very excited to try new varieties. I'm also very excited to continue working on saving my own seeds so that I don't have a huge outlay of money every year for new seeds. But you have to order some. You have to try new things. And like I said, I'm still on the hunt for a really good blight-resistant tomato to help combat the conditions we have here, because everybody has a different challenge with their garden. Some people have to find plants that are very drought resistant, or short growing season, or high heat. And here on the 8th concession, we have to deal with short growing season and high humidity, and in this particular spot, wet ground. So it is kind of fun though to try and solve that problem and see how the silvery fir tomatoes do this year, and plant some of my other favorite varieties because I still have a lot of other seeds from the years I didn't have to buy cucumbers, I didn't have to buy certain peppers, I didn't have to buy gourds, I didn't have to buy zucchini. So I'm going to use up some of the seeds I still have left and try these new ones. I hope you're excited about the new gardening season too. Bye for now.